Oh, gosh, I'm fucking tired, you guys. Good day, folks. And hello, everybody. You know, I am so thankful to be with someone who communicates with me, right? Like, Raymond and I just got, like, into, like, a little tiff here, right? And it, like, came down to... It came down to he is still dealing with past relationship trauma from his ex, right? Because apparently she used to lie about everything all the time. And he thought today I was lying to him about something. And I was like, no. And I'm like, no, like that wasn't the case. It was about money. It was about money. And I was like, I'm not lying to you about this. Like, I just fucking, let you know, like, it's all good and I got you. Like, that's fine. And then he just, like, went on this whole thing, like, I never lie to you. Because he doesn't, dude. Like, we're very honest. We have a very, very good relationship. Like, we're honest with each other. We tell each other, like, where we're going, what we're doing. Fucking, like, because we're, like, adults, right? So we've been, so we put money aside for our rent and our fucking bills. Rent's $19, cell phones are $230, fucking water, electricity, fucking garbage, fucking gas, for heating and shit like that. That's all gets paid for first. And then whatever we have left normally goes to my lawyer. Because fuck, dude, like, it's just been so tight with us financially. Like, last month we paid our $1,900 plus regular bills, so about $2,200 for our fucking bills, and then $1,710 to my lawyer. So, like, we know where our money's at, and we know what's going on with it and everything, and it's just like, okay, like, this morning I woke up, didn't even fucking realize I was gonna get more financial aid. I got, like, another fucking couple $100 from financial aid, right? So it's, like, not a huge amount, but it was just like, okay, like, I'm gonna go out, I might get my nails done, because fucking, like, it's just, like, I wasn't expecting this. We fucking have everything paid for right now, so it's like, yeah, I won't feel bad about, like, spending, like, $70-$80, like, getting my nails done. Like, but, like, under any given circumstance, like, it makes me cringe. Like, why do we have to pay that much money, right? But essentially, I want some banging nails, and, like, when I get my nails done, I have a lot of fun with them, so that's fun for me. So, essentially, I was like, look, because he was getting really upset about it, right? Like, he straight up hung up on me. And he doesn't hang up on me. Like, that's the thing. I remember one time I was like, all right, gotta go bye, right? And I hung up on him without him saying bye. And I call him back. He's like, don't hang up on me. He's like, I don't like that shit. And I'm like, oh yeah? Like, apparently it was something that his ex used to do too. So, he still, like, has the trauma from his ex. But I mean, we all have trauma from our ex. Like, they were together for like 7 or 8 years. I'm sure I'm sure it was bad. And he was basically like, my ex used to lie about everything, fucking everything. And I'm like, well, that sucks. He's just like, so he's like, any little white lie or any sort of little lie, he's like, the only time I ever lie to you is when I'm going to visit you or when I'm trying to surprise you. And I'm like, that's true, actually. He'll be like, oh, I'm at work right now, but really he's like driving up to see me or getting on a plane or something. So yeah, so fucking, that's the thing. And he was just super upset, and he was just like, my ex used to fucking lie about everything, and for years, and fucking, I don't know why I put up with that fucking shit. And he's like, and I just don't fucking like lying. And I'm like, Raymond, babe, seriously, like, I didn't think it was a big, huge fucking deal. Like, I thought everything was cool. I thought everything was fine. Like, I ended up telling you, like, today, because he was like, where'd you get this money from? Because I ended up fucking, because he was like, oh, can you send me, like $20 or something? Can you send me, like, $20 or something? And I was like, yeah, I could do that for you, not a problem. And then I ended up sending him $40, and he was just like, where did you get this money from? And I'm like, don't worry about it. I got you. It's all good. And then he was just like, what? And then I ended up telling him, like, oh yeah, I got my financial, I was talking to him like maybe like 30 minutes ago. And I'm like, yeah, I got my financial aid today. I'm like, I got like a couple $100. And I'm like, so went out and got Killian some shirts, bought fucking dinner for the family, fucking topped off my gas tank, sent you $40, fucking, I bought myself a little fucking shirt too, for $2.94, it's super cute, and that was it, and so I was just like, and I'm thinking about getting my nails done, and I sent him, $50 to fucking get his haircut, so it's like, yeah, because he was just like, you know, like, we have, like, he's like, I wasn't expecting you to have this. He's like, and you always tell me when you get money coming in. Because I'm like, I got an email today saying that my financial aid should be there tomorrow. And he's like, dope. So he's like, you didn't tell me anything. He's like, I just don't like that. He's like, I'm at home by myself, like alone in this house. Like, and I just don't want to feel like she lied about this. What else could she be lying about? And I'm like, yeah, don't. I'm like, let's just like, let this be known. I'm sorry. I didn't know it was a huge fucking deal. I was gonna tell you later today, just like I fucking did. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not trying to hide things from you. Because he's like, you know, I want to take you out. We're going to Nick's on Second on fucking on Friday, and then we're probably gonna go out and get drinks. Get drinks afterwards. I've really been wanting to go to Belmont Brewery, I think is what it's called, or something. I don't know. But basically they have fucking, they have their restaurant, and it overlooks the ocean. And I'm like, yeah, like that'd be cool. Like we can go have food because our reservation's at 4:30. I'm like, and then we can, fucking, you know, hang out and chill after that. Because he was just like, it doesn't get dark till late. Because you know what I really want to do? I really want to go see the blue waves. They have bioluminescent waves right now down south, because of like some algae that fucking, I don't know, I guess when it like hits each other, it illuminates. And so when they hit the shore, like it's beautiful, dude. It's fucking gorgeous. And I'm so excited and so happy to fucking go out there. But it's like, yeah, this is what we're doing. We can go fucking have dinner. We can go to Stephen B's house afterwards, then we can go get drinks afterwards, then we can hit the beach before we go home. And he's like, yeah, that's fine. I'm like, dope, let's do it, babe. So that's what we're doing. And yeah, and so he's like, you know, like I have like money for the weekend and all these things. He's like, but like you didn't tell me about this. And it's just like, babe, I just felt really fucking bad. And then he hung up on me, and then I called him back and he didn't answer. And then he called me back. He's like, babe, I'm sorry. I just want you to know that, like, I never lie to you ever about anything. He's like, and I just need you to understand where I'm coming from. And I was like, okay. I was like, Raymond, I'm sorry. I'm sorry you feel this way. I'm sorry you feel like I lied to you and I was, like, withholding information. I'm like, I was going to tell you later today. Like I did, you know. I'm sorry I didn't tell you this morning when you asked. And it won't happen again. You know what I mean? Like, it just won't happen again. Like, I promise. I love you. And he's like, that's all I needed to hear, babe. I love you. He's like, you know why? And I'm like, why? And he was like, 'cause Stone Cold said so. And I'm like, you're so fucking stupid. Fucking dumbass. So, it was nice to, like, work through that versus, like, in my past, when I get into an argument, especially at night, it's like, fuck you. And they're like, fuck you. And then it's like, fuck off. And then fucking someone goes to their room. Someone goes downstairs to the basement. Like, just a bunch of things, right? Like, and then silent treatment for a few days. Oh, let me not forget my friend Jen gave me some CBD fucking cream, and I hella need it because my fucking thumb, I've been depression scrolling for my ADHD paralysis, and fucking my thumb is just fucking ridiculously sore. And like, it's concerning me because I'm like, fuck, I don't want arthritis in my fucking, like, is this what people with arthritis feel like? Like, their fucking, like, joint is all swollen? Because literally my fucking thumb was, like, my left thumb was more swollen than my right thumb. And I'm like, this is not good, folks. So I've actually been trying to be on my phone less, despite what social media looks like and appears. Oh yeah, folks, got a new fucking handle. If you guys want to follow me on Instagram, because my last account was banned. It is Krystal_McSkeez's with a Y at the end. So Krystal with a K _McSkeez's with a Y at the end. And you can come follow my daily adventures and all of these things. I think what I'm bummed about the most, and I don't know if I have them all saved, but all of my briefcase scares, yeah, makes me sad. Makes me real fucking bummed. Because those were some good times. But anyways, so yeah. So overall today I had a good day. It ended up with me being even more thankful for my partner. Seriously, because you know what, dudes, life is short. And it's too fucking short for the silent treatment. And it's even shorter for the whatchamacallit. I can't remember. It's even shorter for the bullshit. So don't handle or tolerate none of it. Oh my gosh, let me tell you guys a story today. So today I was at Safeway and I was picking up some milk and some cookies, and I'm coming down the aisle to go to all. I'm coming down the aisle to go to all the self checkout, and then all the rest of the aisles, right? And when I started pulling up to the self checkout, I just heard this little kid, "Fuck you, bitch, fucking motherfucker," blah blah, all these things, right? And it's just like, fuck. And it's hella crowded at this time, and everyone's fucking there, right? Like, everyone's fucking there. And like, I look and I see this mom, right? And she's just like struggling, and she's just trying to like keep it together and make the transaction and put the whatchamacallit, and the fucking cashier's this black younger dude, and he's just looking at the kid like, and it's like, yeah, right, because if that was our kid, right, we all have that. If that was our kid, we'd fucking slap him, or he wouldn't talk to me like that, or blah blah blah, or all these things, right? And I just like, I felt bad for the kid, and I felt bad for the mom, right? Because obviously the kid is trying to like relay something here to the mother, and she's like not getting it. She's just trying to focus and get the fuck out and be about her shit, right? Like, and fucking and everyone's talking shit. Everyone. The fucking clerk at fucking in the cashier, or in the self checkout. The clerk in the self checkout was like, I can't believe that was my, like, look, like, literally, like, going up to everyone that was fucking, like, checking out, and was like, if that was my kid, they wouldn't be talking to me like that, and look at her, she's over there, like, covering his mouth, and blah, blah, and I was like, and I'm like, maybe that's how she talks to him, and, like, that's, how he responds, or maybe that's how he's been spoken to, and he's just relaying that information, or maybe that's just what he sees, and how he sees, like, someone talk to his mom, and he thinks he can talk like that to her, too, and she kind of, like, was just like, and I'm like, whatever the case is, I'm like, it's really sad. And I started like choking up, right? I got all emotional, and she kind of like took a step back and was like, it is sad, and then like walked away from me, right? And I'm like, yeah, bitch, I'm not here to be like, yeah, that bitch is a shit ass fucking mother over there, because like, fuck. And so I paid for my shit, and I waited, and I saw her, and I like waited for her to come. And then I saw her like walking over, so I got in front. I got out first, and I fucking I got out first, and I waited on the sidewalk for her. And then she came out, and she was like gonna cross the street, and I was like, hey. And she looked at me, and I'm like, it's okay if your kids have meltdowns. Like, it's okay. Like, you're doing the best you can. And I just want you to know, like, I know what it's like to have the anxiety and to feel like all eyes are on you and like everyone's hearing your like kid like screaming and fucking throwing his arms around and like cussing and blurting out profanities, and you're like, there's just nothing I can do. I'm like, you feel like really helpless. She's like, yeah. She's like, what do I do? She's like, it's just so embarrassing. She's like, do I hit him? Do I fucking like tell him to be quiet? Do I just get up and leave? And I'm just like, dude, like honestly, like you did what you needed to do to get through the moment. And I'm like, and it's okay. And I was just like, I started getting all teary-eyed, and that's when she got teary-eyed too. And I was like, I hit a point and I'm like, dude, like my kids right now, and I'm like, they're going through some things, and like my daughter's like getting in trouble at school, like the teacher's starting to notice, and the teacher started to notice that she's only in kindergarten, you know what I mean? And I'm like, so like, I told her, I lied to her. I'm like, my kids are in therapy right now and it's really helping, you know? And I'm like, it's only been like a couple weeks. I'm like, but like, I'm seeing an improvement, and like, you know, maybe that's just what he needs, you know, something like you could possibly look into. And she was just like, cause how do you tell someone like, hey, your kid's cussing at you, talking hell shit to you, trying to fucking hit you. He's 4 years old. That's not acceptable. You need to fucking get control. You know what I mean? Like, you can't talk to people like that. And you can't just be like, he needs fucking therapy because he's all fucked up. Like, you can't say that shit either to them. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of like just like ease my way into the conversation. And she was just like, I think he needs therapy too. And I was just like, you know, and she was like, people think that like I talk to him this way. She's like, it's just what he's been exposed to. And I'm like, yeah, dude. And she was like, it's trauma really. And I'm like, it is, dude. It is a traumatic event. And I'm like, and they see these things and they hear these things, and, you know, like they think that it's okay to talk to people like that because they see, you know, people around them talking like that. And I was just like, and that's where we're at today. You know what I mean? And she was like, well, can you talk to me more about therapy? Because I've kind of been looking into it. And I'm like, well, they're going to Kaiser, because I was just like, I couldn't think of like anyone to recommend her to outside like in the Medi-Cal area. And I was like, do you have Medi-Cal? And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, it's all good, dude. And I'm like, you can hit up your provider, let him know like you want mental health services for your kid, like you want him evaluated. I'm like, maybe it's like an autism thing, maybe he's on the spectrum. And I'm like, or he could just be like acting out because he has no control in his life, just like fucking Eva is. And, you know, like, he's looking, I don't know, there's a bunch of things. And I would basically told her, like, you know, make the phone call, dude. Like, you'll be so happy you did, because it will change him and it'll change things and things will get better. And I'm like, but you're doing a good job. And I'm like, and don't forget that. And she's like, yeah, dude. She's like, my daughter, she's like, she's one and she's really good right now. She's like, and I just want to like get him under control, and that way everything can be fine. And I'm like, yeah, dude. And I'm like, you could do this. And then she like gave me a hug, and I was like, oh my gosh, she's like, it's okay. And I was like, I don't want to keep you. And I'm like, because I know he's chill right now. And I'm like, so take care of yourself, dude. And I'm like, and I was like, my name's Krystal. She gave me her name. And I was like, you take care. And I just like went on my way. She went on hers. And like, I was so glad that I did that. But like, man, being an empath, like, that should drain me, dude. That should drain me of all my energy, because I got the anxiety from her. I got the anger and the hate from the child. I got the disappointment, the disgust, the fucking looks, the fucking butt, the like, that bitch, like, she shouldn't even be having kids if she can't, like, all of these things, like, she's too young to be a mom. All of these things came to me, and my body went and like absorbed it like a sponge. And like, that's why I had to talk to her. And like, I'm really glad that I fucking did, because I really fucking hope, like, I really hope she knows, like, it is okay, dude. It is okay, and you are doing the best you can, and that's all that you could do. You know what I'm saying? Like, you handled it how you should have. Like, he was running around, he was doing things, you put him in the shopping cart, that's it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then he was yelling at you and all these things. Like, don't hit him in public, my friend. It'll fuck up your whole life real quick. And I was like, but, you know, like, you got through it, and, like, you can do this. And so it's just like, oh, man. So I got home, and fucking, I left. Oh, and then as I was leaving, I ran into my fucking friend Ernie. And that was funny. Cause we're all older now. Some dude came up to us and started talking to us, and he was just like, oh, he's like trying to panhandle him. And I was like, I don't have any money. I'm so sorry. Like, I don't have any cash on me. I apologize. And Ernie's like, hold on, man. Like, pulled out some money, like, gave it to me. Like, oh, you're fucking giving money to panhandlers. And I'm like, damn, look at us. We're all fucking grown ups, sir. And then it ended up leaving. But I got to my house. So I was glad that I absorbed that positive energy from my friend Ernie for fucking like 2 minutes. Because that literally gave me the energy to drive home. Because once I got home, I fucking put my milk and fucking cookies away. And I went and laid on the couch and took a 41-minute fucking nap. Seriously, dude. And like, I couldn't even get up. Like, oh man, I fucking set my alarm and then like slept in 10 minutes past that and was like, dude, I have to go like pick up the kids now. Like, it's getting late. Like, fuck. And then I went and I picked them up and I still felt tired. And I was like, you guys, like, today's just going to be a chill day. I'm like, we'll do our homework tomorrow. I'm like, let's just have dinner. And then we can watch a movie and just hang out. And so they're like, that's fine. I'm like, dope. So what happened? So we had dinner, and I'm so excited, you guys. Remember I was talking a few episodes back on my, about Killian being a picky eater? Well, today I got... Sorry, neighbors were talking across the street. Okay, I got fucking El Pollo Loco because after the gym I was like, I just want like, I don't want greasy food and I don't want to really fucking make anything because I'm fucking tired. I was like, I'm gonna get that because they have this cauliflower fucking lime rice that is delicious, and that with chicken, I'll fuck that shit up all day. So anyways, so there was that, and I got that. I got the mac and cheese, the fucking regular rice, and then like a small thing of pinto beans and fucking chicken, and the kids ate all of it. Like Ava, because Ava likes rice, Ava likes that mac and cheese, and Ava likes chicken, so I like put it on her plate and I didn't have anything touch, and she was like all about that life. She ended up mixing up the rice and the mac and cheese, and I'm like, get it, girlfriend, I'm with that shit. And then fucking Killian, he ate like a whole chicken breast, but he dipped it in ranch, and that's fine. Whatever works. And then he had some mac and cheese, because he doesn't like the mac and cheese one. I don't know, there was some mac and cheese that he ate, like I think it was the Kraft one, because we always buy the Annie's box. Fuck off, it's a thing. We buy the Annie's box, and I guess one day he had Kraft, and he was like, he's like, it's gross. He's like, it's too cheesy, I don't like it. And I'm like, yeah, it's artificial and it's nasty, you don't have to eat that. My mom was like, and I'm like, you know why I don't eat Kraft mac and cheese? Because that shit's fucking bleh. It's so artificial, I can't even fuck with it. And so, so when Killian sees hello cheese on his mac and cheese, he's like, he's like not a fan. And I was like, this is fresh mac and cheese, this isn't from a box. And then he tasted it, he's like, this is good. I'm like, dope. So then he's eating his mac and cheese, he's eating his fucking chicken, and then he's like, hey, can I try some rice? And I'm like, whatever you want, Mr. Man. I just can't breathe right now. It's like when I fucking have anxiety, it fucking sucks. I have anxiety because I was fucking talking about that girl. Fuck. But anyways. Inhale the good vibes. Exhale the bad vibes. So anyways, we fucking go to... We eat, and after we eat, Ava was just like, she was being mean to Killian. What happened? something happened, and Killian said something to her, and she went up to him, and she hit him, and I was like, do not hit him, Ava. And then she looked at me, and then she fucking hit him again, and I'm like, holy shit, what is happening right now? I'm like, Ava, we need to have a talk. Go upstairs, right? Because, like, everything her teacher is saying, it's all coming down to, like, we have to have this talk with her. So I went upstairs, put her in her pajamas, and was like, look, Ava, like, what's going on, baby? Like, what's the matter? Like, what are you feeling? And, like, I sat down and I was like, look, like, I know you're confused about what's going on, about, you know, us moving to LA and all of these things, and now we're gonna stay here. And she was just like, I really want to go to LA. She's like, I really want to go down there. I'm like, well, why do you want to go down there? She's like, because there's video games down there. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, well, Ava, that's gonna change. Like, Ray will be up here soon, and you'll have your video games back, and everything will be fine. I'm so mad because at my house, like, they had, like, a playroom, right? Like, Ray had a playroom. I had a Krystal room. Like, we had the dining room, we had the dining area where we had, like, our fucking table that seats 6. Then we had our living room that had our TV. Then you went a stair down, right? And then you had another TV in there where the kids play their video games. Ray had his fucking office little desk set up over there. Then he had his fucking tables over here. And across from there, I have my Krystals, right? So, so it's just like, it's just sad because I don't envision ourselves getting a house this big or that big out here. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't see that. So, we'll see. I'm gonna smoke a real fucking joint now because I don't have time for this. But anyway, so Ava and I are having our conversation, and I'm like, she tells me she's sad about LA, and I'm like, but it's okay, Ava. And I'm like, you know that I love you, that Raymond loves you. I'm like, you know, your dad Dyer loves you, and I'm like, and we just want you to be a happy little girl. We want, like, you're very smart. I'm like, you're very good at your sight words. You're very kind to people. I'm like, you're very thoughtful. And I'm like, what's the matter? You know, like, what's going on with you? And then she was just like, in my class, I'm in the yellow group, and there's 2 people in my group that are mean to me, and they call me stupid. And I'm like, and how does that make you feel? And she's like, I don't like it. And I'm like, well, we don't. I'm like, Ava, and I'm like, you know why some people have parents that are really mean to them. And I'm like, and sometimes they, in turn, are mean to other kids. And I'm like, because she already had one kid in her class that apologized to the whole class, right? In kindergarten. He was like, I'm sorry for being mean to everyone, but I just wanted you guys to be my friend. And that's how he went about it. And so when Ava came home and told me that, and I'm like, remember that kid? And I'm like, you don't know what's going on at home, you know? Like, I was like, she has a friend named Jessica, and Jessica told Ava that her mom doesn't miss her. And I'm like, oh, like, my little heart broke for that girl. Like, that poor little girl. Oh, I'm at 5%, you guys. Sorry. And I just felt so fucking bad for, like, a kid going through that. I'm gonna rotate this so you guys can stick with me while I plug you in, because I want to finish the story. So, okay. Yeah. Okay. So we just had, like, a really good conversation, right? And, like, she hugged me. She just, like, leaned forward and, like, hugged me, and it was, like, a solid, like, 5-minute hug. And I'm just, like, telling her all these things in her ear, like, we love you, Ava. We're proud of you. You can ask us anything. You can talk to us about anything. You know what I mean? Like, we're here for you. You know, like, you know, you can ask us for anything. And it was just like, I got a little bit of insight, so I'm gonna go talk to her teacher tomorrow and fucking see what's up with that. See what's up with, like, the kids in that group and see if she's like, I told the teacher, and I'm like, well, what does she do? And she's like, they just keep doing it. And I'm like, okay, well, that's a problem, right? Because I don't like that. So I will, dude, really quick. I just got these joints from fucking Eden today, right? It took me forever to fucking open because they're like are stuck in this fucking box that is fitted. Oh, but when you open it up, it gives you some fucking matches, right? Oh, where's the fucking camera? Camera's right there. Okay. Give you some matches. And then it also gives you the inside of your box. And then I was pissed because I normally get the fucking 14 fucking pack joints. And this one only had 8. But, you know, it is what it is, my friend. And I needed something today. And I was like, this will be fine. So I'm going to smoke 2 joints for the next 2 days. And then I will be able to bring some back with me when I get home. So that will be great. So it was just telling me all these things about her classmates and her friends, and like I'm just telling her like, you just have to be nice. Like, even if people are mean to you, like, you have to be nice to them, because you being nice to them might just change things for them. They might be like, oh, look, she's nice to me. Maybe she could be my friend. Like, it was like a good conversation. And she hugged me, and then I was talking to her, and I just like let her know, I was like, you know, like, you're my best friend. Like, I can tell you anything. You can tell me anything. Like, I'm your mom too. I'm here for you. Like, let me know if something upsets you or if something makes you angry, you know, then I can help you work on that and I can help you fix it. And she was just like, okay. And I remember at one point we stopped hugging, and I looked at her and I told her something. I was just like, I love you, Ava. Like, you're my daughter. I just some shit. And she had a tear fall from her eye. Like, she just started tearing up, and I was tearing up, and I was just like, I hope this helps. I was like, Ava, I just need you to behave, you know? I don't want to yell at you. I don't want to fucking have to, repeat things a million times, you know, and raise my voice and get upset with you guys. I don't want to have to do that. And I'm like, I just want you to do what I say the first time, because it'll make everything easier on all of us. Then you guys don't get yelled at, we can get things done, and then we can do other things, you know what I mean? Because if I'm telling them for fucking 20 minutes to fucking clean up their fucking... to clean up their fucking mess, you know what I mean? And I'm like, why aren't you guys listening? The last 4 days has been really rough. They have just been super disrespectful and just super loud and not listening. And I was talking to my stepdad, he's like, I noticed that too, because I told him don't touch that and don't do that, and they look at me and they do it anyways. And I'm like, yeah, see, not okay. And I had my talk with Ava, and after that we came downstairs. I was like, we're gonna watch, Killian was finishing up some show that he was watching, and I'm like, all right, we're gonna watch fucking a movie right now, and we're gonna go to bed after that. Because you have to lay out the timeline for them, or else they'll be like, well, can I watch this, and can't we watch this, and oh, this is over, can we watch this? Nope, I already told you what we're doing, and this is the plan, and that's it. So she came and she just laid on top of me and just put her fucking, or she laid inside of my arm and just put her head down, and I was just stroking her hair the whole time. But we watched Stickman, which I fucking love. God damn it, Krystal. Let me get this going, hold on. Yeah, so she lied on me, and we watched the fucking movie, and it's a really mellow, chill movie, right? There are movies that get my kids all pumped. You can't put, think of the energy that Trolls has, right? They're pumped up, they're jumping around, they're raving, all sorts of things. That is not a bedtime movie, my friend. No, You know what is a bedtime movie? Stickman. You know what else is also a bedtime movie? The Little Fucking Prince. And I love that goddamn movie. I am talking over here, not down there. So I apologize. But yeah, it's like, it's a good fucking show to watch with the kids, and fucking I don't mind. Like, I think it's like a little British fucking movie, and I really, yes, I know that it's at 6%. Thank you. And they have like the Gruffalo's Child, Room on a Broom, and we love all of those fucking shows here. So that was a good fucking choice, and they were all chill and everything. And then we got him to bed, and everything was fine. And like, Killian now is like, we come home, and I'm like, all right, what are we gonna do? He's like, yeah. He's like, we're gonna take off our shoes, wash our hands, and get in our pajamas. Like, I know the routine. And I'm like, yes, because that's what it is, right? Like, and I'm glad you guys are getting, oh shit. And I'm glad you guys are getting familiar, because that's what we do every day. You know what I mean? Every day we do the same thing, and that's okay. Because today today I picked him up from fucking whatchamacallit, and he was like, Mom, he was just like, can we do something fun? And I'm like, what, Mr. Man? And he was just like, he was like, can we do something fun? And I'm like what? And he was like, can we like go to like Harry Potter place or something? And I'm like, Mr. Man, it only comes out for, God damn it, for Christmas or for Halloween. And then he was like, no, not that place. He's like Harry Potter World. And I'm like, we could definitely do that. I'm like, but not today. And he's like, why? How come? He's like, can we go to Disneyland? And I'm like, he's obviously talking to some kid, right? Whose family is doing this. And so, and so I was like, like, we could do that. I'm like, but we're just not going to do that right now or today. And he got really upset about it. And I'm like, sir, you just need to calm down and relax. Like, no one said we were going to do these things, so there's no reason to get upset about it, right? Like, if I say, oh, we're going to do something, and then we don't do it, then, like, yeah, I get it. Then you can get upset. Then you can be disappointed. But no one's no one's talking about I'm not going to Disneyland or Harry Potter World. So that's it. I don't know where I was going with that, but that happened. Oh yeah. And he just had like a little attitude after that, like the whole drive home. And I was like, sir, I don't understand why you're like that right now. Like, calm down. You need to relax. So I'm gonna have to have a little chat with him too, I think, because Ava was chill afterwards. I told her to get into bed. She got into bed. She put the blanket on. She said goodnight, Mom, and that was it. And then Killian was still kind of like trying to play with toys and stuff, and I'm like, dude, it's already, I think it was 7:30 at the time, because we were like kind of running a little bit late. You know what it is? These joints are made with nugs and like good weed, not like shake. So see how it's like you can't see that. It's like a perfect fucking top right there. Let's see. It's like super even, right? Like, and it just stopped burning. So I'm actually pretty happy with these. So anyways, so anyways, that's it. Sorry, my brain started going in a million directions. Because tomorrow at 10 a.m. I'm gonna start working out with my friend from the gym, the girl who works at the gym. Oh, and guess what, you guys? I was complaining about my double chin today, but it's because I'm still just a fat person. But I'm a fat person who weighs 10 pounds less than she did. And that's what's up, my friend. But before the night's over, I have to eat 400 calories. I have to eat 400 calories because I'm only 400 calories away from eating 1,200 calories. And you have to eat that because I'm doing diet or calorie deficiency right now because I'm trying to lose weight, but I'm also gaining muscle because, like, that's why the numbers didn't change for a minute, right? Because I did gain some muscle. I had my friend do that scale thing again, right? And I lost 10 pounds. Lost some pounds, and I lost I think like 3 or 4% of my body fat. And I'm like, still fat, but it's fine. And then today I went on a fucking 5K run, and I ran it in like 50 minutes. Actually, I ran it in, I don't know, probably like 45 minutes, but I did like a 5-minute cool down because I was just like, I was running, by the time I was done with my run, I was at 5 miles an hour, right? And I was like, I just need to fucking, I just need to get this going. I gotta take these shirts in. Oh my gosh, I thought it was gonna be fucking turn off. I'm like, great, now I have to say conclusion video. Oh, I can't remember what I was talking about. Fuck, what was I saying? Yeah, so that 10 pounds. Yes. So I fucking ran. I ran the 5K probably in like 45 minutes, and I did like a 5-minute cool down. Ended up burning 400 calories. And what I really need to be doing. Ugh. So much snot. You fucking see that? Jesus Christ. What I really need to be doing is eating way more protein. Because today I hit my protein goal for the day. But I think I'm going to start drinking like protein drinks to help with these calories. Because right now I'm like, what am I going to eat that's 400 calories? And I'm like, I can have a bowl of Cheerios, right? I was like, there's a million things that I could just eat to fill in the gap. But it's like, or I could just have a protein shake that's like X amount of fucking calories and hella good for you. I might just drink. Oh, I think I might be actually where I'm at. Because I drank one of those like breakfast carnation, essential breakfast fucking drinks, right? And it has all of these like vitamins and shit that it fucking has in there. And that's my substitute and what I have for my sweet tooth. Because today I had a sweet tooth craving and I really wanted the fucking chicken curry salad that they have at Safeway in the deli because they have fucking raisins in it. And that would have just hella hit the spot for me, for reals. And they didn't have it. And I was like, you motherfuckers. So Oh, shit. One of these girls. Oh, fuck. My Instagram. One of my followers was a girl in one of my classes online at Chabot. And I fucking exchanged information with her, and like we were just being like super supportive of each other. And then when I lost my account, I can't remember her fucking name. And we only had like 2 people in common at the time. And one of them was Mikey, but I don't even know if I'm fucking following Mikey right now because he's a little bitch and just bitch shit sometimes. So it's fine. But yeah, it's ridiculous. It's one of those things. So anyways, real quick, back to my fucking working out. She wants to start working out, and I saw her today with the trainer, and I'm like, we're going to incorporate that into my workout too, because it's easy. And I normally do the ropes. Today my arms were fucking on fire, dude. Like, fucking fire. Am I getting some little gains here? Yeah, they got a lot of fat down there to work with, so we'll see. Because the key is to be consistent, right? So I just start off with this row of machines for your arms and hit all of those with like 4 to 5 reps of 10 to 15 of whatever I'm doing. It's like what is the first one? The first one is the fucking, you like press down, right? There's that one. Then you can hold it like this too. And then the next one is like the arm curl. And then there's just a bunch of different arm ones. And then there's like one where you like put it on your elbows and you have to go out like that. And like you have to carry the weight on your shoulders. So there's hella machines. And I'm just trying to get on all of them. But what I need to start doing is free weights. And I'm following this bitch now on YouTube, and she's super helpful and she's super informative. And I am going to start trying some of these workouts. And apparently what I really fucking need is a snatch fucking like, you put it on the barbell and then you wrap it up. It looks like a noodle, right? It's probably just a noodle with some sort of like adhesive something that keeps it in place, so it doesn't come undone. And that way you can put the fucking bar over your fucking pelvic bone and do some fucking thrusts. And I'm like, that looks like a good idea. That's Raymond. I'm gonna take this call. I love you guys. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.